Welcome. I'm John Karabatsis, and thank you for joining us today from the Bowling University Virtual Training Studio to discuss the resources available to you through the BPAA Reopening Resource Center website. We're going to spend the next few minutes talking about three things everyone has been asking about, and the one thing that might not be top of mind to you, but it is important information to have when you decide to reopen. The decision to reopen is a personal one. You have to take into account your family, team members, and the community you serve. For some of you, you will open as soon as you can, and for others, you may wait a few days or weeks to see how things play out. Whatever your decision, whatever the reasons, you're right. Again, this is a personal decision, and it's not BPAA's place to tell you when to open. However, we're here to help you by providing you the tools you need to make your family, team members, and guests feel safe when you make the decision to open. The last thing I will say before we dive into the Reopening Resource Center is this: whatever your choice is, have a plan. Okay, so let's walk through the three things that most people want to know and the one thing you need to know. We're going to take a look at the website. I'm going to walk you through. You see the screen right now. You want to get to the BPAA website. Let's go to bpaa.com and then click. You see the four boxes up here. Click on the BPAA Reopening Resource Center box. That's going to take you to It's going to take you to the Bowling University webpage. And in here, you're going to see all these tabs up at the top relating to each of the sections of the bowling center. You've got bowling, staffing, food and beverage. We've all got food. A lot of us have attractions if you've got an FEC, marketing, and resources. You're also going to see down below is these same six. It's the same thing. They're just bigger tabs. That's all there is to it. So come here. Now, depending on how you like to learn things, how do you want to get your information, there's two ways you can do this. If you take any of these first ones here, for instance, we'll look at staffing. If you look at staffing, you open that up, and it's a blog type of a website. In it is a list of all articles that have to do with a particular resource for you. So you scroll through it, see what appeals to you, and then you're going to click on whichever one you want to see. For instance, let's go to the COVID-19 social distancing. Click on Read More. That will open up an article. In the article, you're going to see some things in red. Those are links that will take you to that source. In this case, there's also a video presentation, a lot of information for you to read in there. We'll talk a little bit more about the Bowling University COVID training course afterwards. But scroll through this, see what's of interest to you, dependent upon the category. You'll see food and beverage. We've got a lot of categories in there for you. Attractions, personal hygiene, the redemption store, laser tag, marketing. You see some issues in there. Then, if that's too much reading, a lot of us don't want to take the time to read. You don't have a lot of time nowadays. You want to get right to the point. You want to go over to the Resources tab. The Resources tab is the same information that was in the blog type setting. The only difference is the articles aren't there. So when you click on any of these, you're going to go into, you can see here, bowling. This is the exact same thing that was in the bowling tab up top here. What you're going to see are all the different links that are within that tab. So you can go right to it. There's a description of what it is. Click on it. It'll take you right to it. Okay, so with that, let's just go to the three things that everybody's asking about. One of the first things is where do I get my stuff? I'm going to get ready to open. Where do I buy the product? So if you go into this section, you'll see the products. It's right up at the top. Click on this link here. It's going to take you to the COVID-19 resource page that Amy and the Smart Buy department have put together. Scroll down here. This gives you a listing of all the vendors that are currently there. I'd urge you to check back often because this is constantly getting updated. As you know, things are changing by the day. This lists all the current partners. If you just pick anyone in there, look what's in there. I'll do one real quick. We'll just pick on U.S. Lubricants. And it's going to list in there contact information, pricing, what the product is, and what you can get from them. And in this case, there's some MSDS data sheets for you, which you know you're going to need to use that. Okay, so that's what you're going to find in there. This list gets constantly updated. Go in there. I would urge you to plan ahead. There's a lot of other companies out there looking for the exact same products that you are. So you're going to need some lead time because a lot of these things are out of stock. Okay, so again, like it says down here, please check back often for updates. That's a very important part. Look there, look often to find that. The other area that a lot of our members have been asking about is how do I take care of my employees? How do I let them know that it's safe to come back to work? What are we doing for them? So again, back to that resource tab, scroll down to staffing. We're going to look in here and we'll pick on this one, employee messaging. This is for employees only. This is back of the house, in the office, behind places where employees congregate. It's not for your guests to see. But in here, you're going to see a bunch of artwork, PDFs, and poster size that you can use throughout the employee areas of the center to let them know what you're doing to keep them safe. Because again, with your employees, just like with your guests, they have to feel safe when they come back. So let's just click on this first one. These are all flyer size. You can scroll through here, see which ones you want to pick, and pick any one, open it up, and then here you're going to see exactly what it is. It's a flyer, so you can print that. Just go down here to this little box, click on download it, and you can print it right inside the center. The other part of this is going to be with the posters. So you can do some posters that are just like this one that we have here, this size, and click on that. These are all poster size. Same thing, you want to click on it. They're 22 by 28. Let people know that this area is regularly disinfected, okay? And you're going to click download to do that. Anytime you see on any of these bleed, that means it's going to your printer. So use your Smart Buy partner or whoever your printer is to give them the file, and they'll print it for you. Again, this is a 22 by 28 poster. Okay. So if you scroll through here, you'll see a lot of different resources, and dependent upon what you're doing in your center. A really nice one here, just a reminder to practice social distancing. We're a social business. The employees love to get together and love to talk. It's a good reminder for them. Okay. The third thing is a daily self-screening. There's some options for you in there. Again, these are poster size for the most part. There's some flyers too. And this is questions that you may want to keep top of mind for your employees. We'll just pick on the first one here. Complete a daily self-screening assessment before coming to work. A simple question, have you had physical exposure to a person? Okay, and then it tells what to do if the answer is yes. So these are all the things that are going to help you keep safety top of mind. Once you get open, you're going to get busy. People are going to fall back into their old habits really quickly, and that's not a good thing to do. So keep these up to keep it top of mind. Okay, the next area is going to be about your guests, and actually before I move on with that, let's cover one more thing in the employee area. If you look down here, the Bowling University on-demand online training courses, there are 2 courses in there that are COVID-19 related. So if you click on that, it takes you to the Bowling University site. Go over here to courses, and it will eventually open up. And it will tell you what course, trust me, it will tell you what courses you have in there. There's COVID-19, or there's 2 that I would highly recommend your staff take. Okay, these were developed, the COVID-19 prevention was the original one. Gerald and Kelly developed the second one more recently. It's as things evolve, it's more updated. They're 15 minutes each. I would encourage you to have your entire staff take that so that they fully understand what this is, what they need to do, how they need to stay safe. Additionally, they can print out a certificate at the end of this. A best practice that some centers are using is they'll print those certificates and they'll post them in a place where guests can see it. So they'll know, again, one more step to you to reinforce to your guests what you're doing to keep them and your staff safe. In addition to the COVID classes, there's a lot of other courses in there, 17 altogether. Bowling center safety, active awareness, CPR basics. These are all great tools and resources for you to fully train your staff. If you have any questions, if you're already registered, you should know how to go in there. If you have any questions, just drop us a note at education@bpaa.com. We'll help you get registered. If you're not, same thing, just let us know. We'll help you get in there and get everybody registered. Okay, so now the last area, or the third area, I should say, not the last, is my guests. How do I make my guests feel safe? So if you go down again, and we're still in the resources tab, go into the marketing section and the overall guest messaging resources. Click on that. When it opens up, it's similar to what you're going to see on the employee side, same format, but in here there's 2 different campaigns as well as a video campaign. The first one, working hard to keep you safe, is a little bit more structured. When you open these up, you'll see a lot of different variations of the message that you can send. That's this one that we have right here. There's just a different picture. But what you're going to see down at the bottom is it's very specific on what you're doing. So if you better make sure you're doing these things if you're telling people you are. But it tells them that you're doing temperature checks, that you've taught people on social distancing and so on. So these are very in your face. This is what we're doing to help keep you and our staff safe. Comes in poster size, comes in flyer size, and it comes in tabletop size for you to do. Okay, you can pick the ones that are right for you. There's several different options that you have. There's 5 on that. Okay, so that's campaign 1. Campaign 2 is a little bit more lighthearted, I'll say, in that it's not as specific in terms of what you're doing. It's just going to give a different message, like can your kids come out and play, ready for some good, clean fun. And then at the bottom, it's a lot more general in what it's the message that it's conveying, but it's also saying that you're following through on some sanitation, but it's not specific. Another great message. So choose the one that's right for you. But they're here, they're professional, people are looking for these types of things so they feel comfortable when they come back out. Okay? Same way you do these the same way you did the other ones. Just click the one that you want, go to the download part, and take it from there. If you get stuck, you have any questions at all, again, let us know, and we'll help you out. Okay, the last part of this is on the bowling is back. There's video resources, there's digital assets for your Facebook and so on. Go in there, take a look at those, see if there's anything you'd like to use. It's some good stuff. Okay, so hopefully I've explained that to you well. If not, please let us know and I'll help you out there. So one other thing now, the fourth area those are the 3 areas that are top of mind. The fourth area that seems to not be top of mind is the media. And this is something that's really critical. You may get a call tomorrow. Somebody wants to come in and do an interview in your bowling center. What do you do? Okay, so there are resources in here under the Media Preparedness tab. If you notice when you click on that, you have to sign in. So this is behind the wall, and the reason it's behind the wall is you don't want the media to know what your strategy is. Okay, so go in there, spend some time. There's some great resources. There's a 30-minute how-to video on how to handle interviews, if you will, and so that you're better prepared. If you still need help, feel free to call us here. There's a lot of resources here that can help you out with the interview. We recently had somebody that was on a Fox National interview, and John Harbuck from Strike 10 helped guide them and walk them through it, and they did a nice job with it. So please read that. Have a plan on how you're going to do it. Make sure your staff knows what they're to say, what they're not to say, and where they direct the media when they come in. That's very, very crucial. You want to come off with your best foot forward when they do come in. Okay? So enough about the media, but this is important information to know before they show up. Okay? All right, so I know this is a lot of information and you have a lot going on, and we want to respect your time. But if you have any questions, please email us at education@bpa.com or give us a call. Okay, remember, reopening is a personal decision, and no matter if you reopen immediately or you wait, again, you're right, and we're here to support you. So thanks for joining us, and remember to check back often because things are constantly changing, and we are here to help you. Stay safe.